This is me, Radhika Sharma, and today we are going to discuss one of the most important stable coins in the crypto space. Yes, you get it right. Today we are going to discuss Tether. And not only discuss what stablecoin is, but basically I will walk you all through the history of Tether and how the FUD actually started, how it got severe, and what is the future outlook. For more freshly brewed content, I would advise you all to subscribe our channel where we are going to discuss a series of different projects related to cryptocurrencies. Starting with our second vlog, so here we go. Okay, so before we discuss Tether, let us have an idea about what a stable coin is. A stable coin is something that is backed by any asset. The asset can be gold, it can be any other thing, or it can be US dollars as well. So, the idea is simple. You have one stable coin, it should be equal to the worth of 1 USD. This was initially the idea for Tether as well, which means that 1 USDT should be equal to 1 USD. However, things didn't go as the team planned, and the actual turmoil or the FUD started for the same reasons that we will going to discuss later in this vlog. So, a stable coin is something that is backed by any asset, which is the fundamental requirement for any other commodity or any other asset as well, that it should have a worth, it should have a value. For example, if I am saying that I have a gold bar that is worth maybe $10,000, then it should be pure, it should be qualitative, it should be real, so that the value or the worth is actually justified. Hence, in order for a digital currency to say or justify that the value is justified or fair, it should be backed by some other currency, and the most stable and the globalized currency is none but US dollars. So, a stable coin also helps to in absorbing the volatility of crypto coins and the market shocks as well. So, for example, in the times when Bitcoin is showing very volatile movements, investor like you or some other people or maybe me won't like to invest in BTC, as we believe that our portfolios are hanging up and down too quickly. So we try to convert it into something that is more stable and gives us the same value in different point in times. The third requirement for a stable coin is it should be liquid enough, which means that the demand and supply shortages or the lines between the graphs should not manipulate the price of this stable coin. This means that a company or an organization issuing or assembling any such coins should include or introduce a handful amount of quantity of such coins which do not create any demand pull or create any excess supply, so that the price is stable, which means 1 USDT is equals to 1 USD. Now, there are some other advanced requirements for a stable coin as well. It should show audited books, which means that saying that our coin is backed by equal amount of dollars is not sufficient. You guys need to show the audited books. The numbers should say the same thing. Then there should be other partners or maybe organizations that can actually verify that the company has enough amount of reserves to prove or justify their claims. Some of the other requirements for any stablecoin is that the company, the team, or the organization should not be involved in any manipulation and must act as an independent entity. To create further reliability and credibility, the organization must partner with some reputable organizations and should have a handful amount of advisors on board to say their justification and to make themselves more reliable. So if we speak in terms of Tether, Tether holds all major points but does not and cannot show and verify that their audited books are factual, justified. Hence, this creates a confusion that whether Tether, as saying that they are having an equal amount of USD reserves in back or not. Currently, as we speak, Tether is ranked as the 8th largest coin in crypto space. With a market cap of 2 billion, the coin carries a worth of 0.97 USD. Now this is something very shocking and confusing as well, because the company was saying that their equal amount of USDTs are backed by equal number of USD. So why it's showing 0.97? So here is the twist in the story. In late 2017, a whispering or maybe the Chinese whisper or rumor started to plug in the market that Tether, as say and as the company speaks, does not hold enough amount of USD, which means that the 2 billion market cap that we are seeing is much higher in terms of USDTs and does not hold the actual amount of USD in the back. So it means that you are saying that you have 1000 USD but actually you do not have. Moving on, there are some other problems in Tether as compared to traditional currencies as well. Tether gives the freedom to transmit capital worldwide, but it does not give the credibility of promise to defend the peg. Now, every stablecoin or every mid-coin currency is backed by US dollars, which we have already discussed. So what other currencies are giving, they are proving that their amount is backed by enough number of dollars. But what crypto and especially Tether is saying that their audited books are okay, but actually they are not. Okay, so how the FUD actually started? A CCN report and a couple of Medium articles were published which showed that the amount as Tether claimed is not backed by sufficient amount of USD. The company, however, rejected those claims, but those articles kept on coming. In the time period between 2017, late 2017 to the early 2018, these sort of articles kept coming, but investors didn't give much attention to them. Because of the recent boom that we all saw, everything was going up and nobody was giving a head towards any of such articles. However, in June and July, some of the reputable organizations and the research houses published their reports in which they mentioned the relationship between Bitfinex and Tether, their end of partnership with their audit firm, which is Friedman LLP. This thing the company actually accepted as well later on, that they have ended their partnership with the audit company. This, together with some more articles on Bitfinex insolvency, further triggered the problem. And we all saw a crash of USD in late or mid 2018 in September and especially October. So what happened was some couple of articles, the end of partnerships, and the Bitfinex is insolvent. These terms and these news events triggered the price of Tether downwards, and investors started to pull their money out or convert their money into BTC and some other alternatives. Now these alternative other stable coins we are also going to discuss. So the first and foremost and most important, or maybe the emerging stable coin, is True USD. It started and most investors started to track this coin once it was listed on Binance. It came on Binance in August 2018, and today it is the second most important stable coin coming after Tether. So if we compare Tether versus True USD, the benefits are actually more and going in favor for True USD. So what is happening in the other coin is these funds are verified by a third party, an audit firm, and couple of banks. So what happens is if you and I want to buy True USD, we will simply go to their website. We will start an application to deposit USD. Now these USDs will go to the bank. They have partnered with a couple of international banks and digital exchange platforms. So these banks will then process your request to convert those USDs, actual physical USDs, into true USD. The request will then come to the organization of True USD and they will start a smart contract. Now this smart contract will actually show that your amount is successfully transferred from USD to now True USD. Hence, it does not require any other centralized body to verify or process that this company is holding enough number of true USD and whether they should have the actual reserves of USD or not. Because the bank is verifying, the smart contract is verifying, and even the customer himself or herself is saying that yes, we deposited certain amount of USD and here is the slip. Here is the details of smart contracts. Here is the TRX ID. So all these things are giving credibility to this coin. It basically solves the fundamental issue in Tether that the amount of USDTs are not backed by USD. So this coin is actually giving and solving this fundamental issue. Now what happens when you want to withdraw those true USDs? You will simply request the bank and the bank will process those requests. A smart contract will again be generated and this time your true USDs will be burned. So if you are converting your money into USDs, your true USD coin will be burned. It will be no more. So it's history, it's past. So the chances of manipulating with any other or excessive printing of true USDs is none in this company. Then the excessive and mandatory KYC and AML compliance also enhances the credibility of the team, makes the project more reliant, more reliable, and actually gives it a further edge over Tether. Although this is not a financial advice and we are putting it as a disclaimer that investors, you guys should research on your own before investing or making any financial decisions. However, if you ask us about the future outlook of any stable currencies or the market, then a transparent environment is good and healthy not only for Tether but for the entire market. So until the company comes up with a proper explanations, with proper audited reports, and for all the justifications with numbers that actually proves their claims, we would advise our viewers and listeners to stay away and be cautious. However, once the clarifications come, once the transparencies are maintained, then we should not forget that this currency USDT holds more than 92% share in the stable coins. Hence, the liquidity is higher and investors can always redeem their money. Then we are also anticipating further regulations and we are in favor of those because we believe that the more regulations will come, it will be better for stable coins, for Tether, for all its other alternatives and for the crypto market as well. Today we have discussed Tether, stable coins and its other alternatives. The future outlook holds for all other coins and for the market as well. However, these are not any financial advice and we advise our investors to research and read articles, vlogs and other things and other materials in detail before making any such decision. So guys, this was it. This was all about Tether and its past, present and history and future. For more freshly brewed content, do subscribe our channel. You guys can follow us on LinkedIn, on Telegram, and do keep watching, keep an update and keep a tab on our channel for more freshly brewed content. We have prepared a series of different vlogs on some exciting projects, so we will try to publish them as soon as possible. Hence, stay tuned guys and take care. Bye bye.